Good morning. How are you, Lisabeth?
Good. How are you?
Fantastic. Thanks for being here. How's everything going at Berkley?
Berkley Library is one of my favorite places to be, so things are going great.
Everybody, welcome to the podcast. It's the Ferndale Library podcast. It's called A Little Too Quiet. It's brought to you by the Friends of the Ferndale Library. It's currently still Friends of Libraries Week, which is awesome. So we appreciate friends everywhere. And we do have a friend of sorts. That's a friend from the library. It's Lisabeth Posthuma from the Berkley Public Library. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Noted video store lover. Noted author of a book set in a video store. Welcome to the podcast. That'll be important for later. So you're here on the podcast because you're doing something interesting at Berkley Public Library lately, and I'd love for you to tell everyone about it. It has to do with nostalgic video store vibes. What's the story?
Well, I don't know. Earlier this year, probably around March, I was just looking at our media space, and at that time we still had all of our DVDs, all of our Blu-rays were still in the locking cases, anti-theft.
Oh, no, yeah.
And it was just like this sterile plastic environment. Everything in there is taupe.
Yeah.
And
it's also a space. So this podcast is biased to the perspective of the Ferndale Library. We have this big open space, and there's kind of rows that they're arranged like library bookshelves. That's what our media space looks like. But yours is kind of
like a room. Yeah,
it is
it's
a
a
room. And again, it's an audio medium. It's like the size of the room we're currently in. It's like, I don't know. It's like probably 15 by 20. There's space. You kind of walk around. Yeah, but it needed some pizzazz, didn't it?
Well, that was my perspective. And so I just sent my director a one sentence email.
That's how it always starts.
Yeah. And it just said, what if I turned the media space into Berkbuster video?
Berkbuster video. So Blockbuster Video, of course.
Berkley Public Library.
Berkley Public Library, Berkbuster. Wow, what a difference. Just was the king of the 90s as far as our entertainment options on a weekend. Formative. Just formative for any millennial.
True.
Yeah.
And I did not work at a Blockbuster, but I did work at a video store for pretty much all of my adolescence and young adulthood. And just at one point, as I'm working in the library, I realized that it's the same job. As I'm,
you're checking things out.
Checking out all of these videos to people who are coming in. It felt very familiar.
You're gonna rent them, and they're due back. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I was like, well, I did love that job, so not surprised that I ended up back here. But one thing that I really loved about that job was kind of getting to be the observer of these families and what a family affair it was to come in to a video store on a Friday night and choose your weekend entertainment that you're going to be experiencing together.
Oh yeah.
It was a democratic decision in a lot of the families where they had to all decide what the video they were going to watch. And, we were way more in a monoculture then.
Oh, yeah.
The monoculture is no longer with us.
Oh, sure. But, the whole, FDR fireside chat, gather around the radio, gather around the fireplace. We used to just gather around the big old TV entertainment system. The whole, probably set into some cabinet of wood paneling and everywhere, and there's a VHS, but the family's just there on the couch. We're not all, separated in different rooms looking at our own little iPads.
Right. And a lot of families are still all on the couch, but all looking at individual screens in their hands and not experiencing the same media together.
No, let's all watch E.T.
Right. So I really love the idea of trying to foster that environment again. And I had recently read some statistics that said that, something this has really dropped in the last 40 years, but the number of people who consider themselves readers is plummeting. But the number of people who subscribe to streaming services is, skyrocketing.
Right.
And it just made me think, like, there's a gap there between readers and watchers. And how do we let those people know that the library is also for them too?
Right.
And that some of the subscriptions that they're spending their money on, they already have all of those titles available to them for free through their library with their library card. And that just felt like a way to get more people to experience the library in a way that maybe they had never thought of before.
That's brilliant. And we're going to spend easily the next 23 minutes talking about that. But just in case, and I'm not judging you, someone in this podcast doesn't want to listen longer than 7 minutes into it, you should tell the folks what's happening next weekend. Give me all the details. Let's get the event.
Okay, so along with this presentation I ended up creating and doing.
A terrifically charming slideshow.
I wanted to kind of create an event around this. And so we're going to do a launch party. And it's on November 14th. Our library usually closes at 6 on Friday nights, but we're going to stay open late to give the full experience. And we are going to launch Berkbuster Video.
Fantastic. Complete
with, facelift, lots of new things to look at, some new signage. The locking cases are no longer with us.
Yes.
And that is very exciting because now instead of patrons having to hold up a plastic case in just the direct right lighting so that they can see what title is inside, everything is visible.
Beautiful.
Along with this launch party, we are going to be unveiling 2 new collections into Berkbuster.
Nice, Berkbuster.
One is called Friday Night, and it's a collection of nostalgic television from all generations, sitcoms and dramas.
Party of 5.
Party of 5 is there.
Gilmore Girls.
And then the other one is called Saturday Morning, and it is children's programming, nostalgic, also from all generations. And my individual hope is that this creates some opportunity for people from all different generations to experience each other's, childhood memories together. But also kind of to Saturday Morning was such an integral part of my childhood. And I know for, several generations in a row, but it's not really a thing anymore.
Right.
And so I kind of want to give the opportunity to bring that back.
That's terrific. So Friday night, November 14th, you're open later. Does it repeat for me if I drifted without coffee? It starts at 5 or 6. When does it start?
We're going to do a ribbon cutting at 6 o'clock.
Nice.
And then we'll be open until 8. And we're going to have activities. We're going to have a movie theater concession stand. There will be popcorn.
Amazing.
There will be some throwback activities to do, some photo ops. It'll be fun.
There's also I don't know what to call this. There is that apparatus that people can put tokens in and receive some sort of trinket.
Oh, right. So part of a permanent fixture that's going to be at Berkbuster is a gumball machine.
A gumball machine, yes.
Yes, but no gum. It's one of those that has like the little clamshell capsules inside, and each one will have a movie recommendation or a few.
Sure.
But along with that is going to come, I don't know if you had these, this was like a touchstone of my childhood, but the trend stinky stickers that teachers used to put on your papers when you did a good job.
Well, didn't they smell like fruit and stuff?
Well, some of
or
them
did they
smell
just
like fruit.
Stink?
Well, no. there is one that smells like skunk.
Oh, okay.
And my least favorite, I think, was the one that smells like crab.
Oh.
But there's also some really fun ones in there that aren't going to be offensive. But each capsule will also have one of those in there.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So yeah, and those will be token operated. You just one per patron per day. You just go to a librarian and they'll hand one over to you, and that can be a bonus little feature of Berkbuster.
There's going to be signage. There's also tell us there's more, though. There's tote bags and coffee mugs.
So along with this launch, we are going to be launching in the vein of the NPR tote bag.
Yes.
Speaking of Friends of the Library, I should really give credit where credit was due, that this is made possible by the Friends of Berkley Library.
Heck yeah.
And so for anyone who wants to be a part of that fantastic group of people or make a donation to that fantastic group of people, there will be a gift in the form of a Berkley Public Library Berkbuster tote bag or a Berkbuster coffee mug.
That's great.
And hopefully more of that in the future. But that's what, very exciting to launch some merch for this place.
There's the royal blue logo. It's got some yellow. Folks can go to the show notes of this podcast and see an inevitable photo of Lisabeth and I. We are decked out in yellow and blue. That's also emblematic in what you're giving people in the tote bags and the coffee mugs. It's on the signage. It's so fun. It's just such a, no question here. I'm just literally giving you credit for just having actually just a simple yet brilliant way to get people excited to go to the library.
Yeah, I also want to, thank you for that. Yeah. But I also want to give credit to my director because I know that, there's a lot of very creative people who work in libraries who don't have kind of the free reign to create or to build. I talked about that email that I sent my director, and almost immediately I got a response that just said, tell me more about this.
Yes.
And so he just let me dream. That is such a, it's so encouraging to be in an environment where you have that. So huge shout out to Matt Church, who directs the Berkley Public Library and really just supports all of us who work there, helps us to achieve the dreams. It encourages us to dream about how we can make that space better for our patrons.
Yes. And get everyone to appreciate the glories of physical media in an era of streaming. And one thing I've often sort of brazenly bragged about when it comes to libraries is that often there's about a small but mighty and considerable percentage of films out there that actually weirdly don't happen to be available to stream anywhere, but they're probably available in physical media at your library. So that's a win we usually get.
And the bonus to that is that if it's not at your individual library, especially if you live in Southeast Michigan in Oakland County, your library card works at 46, 45?
Oh, yeah, something like that.
Different libraries.
40 plus.
But with Melcat, we can, if there's something that exists on physical media and it exists in the state of Michigan in a library, we can get that for you through the Melcat system. And it just takes, a little bit of time and we've got it for you.
Which brings me back to another bullet point of Berkbuster. Anyone who's listening to this who doesn't live in Berkeley or doesn't have a Berkeley library card are thinking, can I go see it? Can I go check something out? The answer is yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
We love when we have patrons who come from a different city or a different town. We have a lot of very consistent patrons who are visiting us from neighboring places, and we love it. I mean, I was browsing around here this morning. Some people just love libraries, and I love that we, with one card, have access to dozens and dozens of libraries in this area.
We're biased, but it's almost overwhelmingly cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so. Well, actually, I wanted you to go back to your video store days. And I don't know, just talk a little bit more about how that was formative for you. Because clearly here you are, you really love movies. And you definitely have a sense of whimsy. You're literally wearing earrings that say "Be kind, rewind" with smiley faces. What role do you think, before I ask you about libraries, what role do you think working in video stores played in the formation of your just wonderful disposition in life? I don't know, your outlook on life.
Well, it it definitely enhanced my affinity for pop culture.
Yeah.
And
your taste in films.
And my taste in films.
Which is a key component of her book, Baby and Solo. We'll link in the show notes.
Yeah, I literally wrote the book on video stores. But yeah, no, working in, I don't think I even appreciated it in full at the time. But working in a video store, in a neighborhood video store, just gave me such a connection to the people in my community.
Yeah.
I had a nickname in like where I grew up. If people knew me from there, I was called the Video Queen.
Yeah.
And I mean, unearned, but.
Oh yeah, but exhilarating.
Yeah, very, very fun to just, have a nickname bestowed upon you in general, but to be known for that in a community was pretty amazing. I grew up in small town Indiana, so not in a big burgeoning metropolitan area like this, but still very cool for me. And what I loved so much was the interaction I could have with the customers. And I got to the point where I had, the digits, it was only a 4-digit number, but I had so many account numbers memorized that when someone would come in, I could greet them by name. I would have their account pulled up. I would let them know about the new release titles I thought they would be interested in based on like what I knew of their renting history, and just that like personalized experience. That has really played through into working at the library, because it's my favorite thing about the library now is the relationships that I'm building with patrons and getting to know what they might like and being able to acquire those items or I can think of specific patrons when I'm ordering something like, oh, I know this person is going to want to see this, so I'm going to make sure that we get that for them. And just trying to build a community within the library, making it a positive experience for everyone. All of that goes back to my days working at the video store. At
those smaller independent video stores, and even video stores that were on the level of a Blockbuster or a Family Video or what have you, had something similar to that friendly, familiar. It's just not something you're going to get at a big box corporate store. I'm not going to name names, but you won't get that, but you get it in libraries too. And that is so part of the connection you made between, wait a minute, something about this feels the same. And a lot of it is the people. And here you are. It shouldn't be discounted that you're providing a Friday night's entertainment option to a family, double punch Saturday morning as well. And I think it's worth noting, and I certainly don't want anyone on this podcast saying that there's any shortfall to libraries at all. However, it's indicative of any family's experience, because sometimes a library will be open on a Saturday or a Sunday, but they might not be open until later in the morning, or maybe sometimes libraries open at 12. And a lot of families have that experience of, well, gosh, it's 9 a.m. What am I going to be doing with my kids? There's no options out there. Where do I take them? I can't take them to the park every Saturday morning. Wait a minute. What if I had a video to put on? Just put on a fun video Saturday morning, cartoons.
Right. And something else that I've been thinking about too is that a lot of these streaming services are no longer commercial free. They're all kind of integrating that in. And so unless you're paying extra for a commercial free version, you're getting those ads. Right. And if you're not in the same room as your kids as they're watching something, you don't know what's being advertised to them.
Right.
All of our videos are commercial free.
Yeah.
You know what you're getting when you put on a DVD.
Commercial free and free.
Also free. That's something that I'm really trying to emphasize with this new kind of rebrand of our media room is that our videos have been free. They continue to be free. There's no late fees. Right. We do want you to bring them back. So please do that. Right. But even if you bring them back and they're super, super late and there is a lost fee charge on your account, it's going to go away as soon as we scan that item back in, because that we want everyone to have accessibility to the media that they would like to have.
Yeah.
And we don't want there to be any roadblocks between them getting it. So,
for sure.
Especially financial.
Right.
So, yep, fee free and available with just a library card.
Yes. And I love also the angle of you seeing the correlation between a drop in readership, but this also being more than an opportunity to just be, which it is, to just be a wonderful, cool thing for the Berkley Library to be doing in general. But there's this opportunity to bring someone in the library who possibly misidentified the library as just books.
Right. Libraries are so much more than books.
Right.
It's an evolving world right now. We want to be community spaces. Most libraries are not the typical what people kind of have in their minds is like this silent place where
just shelves of
everything
books.
is brown and no
Right.
one can speak and there's somebody at the counter shushing everyone.
Yeah.
We tell everyone who comes in, we're not a silent library. And, there's way more than books there. We actually check out jigsaw puzzles.
Yeah.
That's one of our really booming collections right now. We have it in our youth collection, we have Vox books, which are books that read to the kids so they can follow along.
Excellent.
We're going to be doing a launch of, this is breaking news because I don't think we don't think we've said this to anyone yet. But at the launch party, we're actually going to additionally be launching our Tony's collection. Which is a really cool device that you can check out from the library, and then these little characters that go on top of it, and they play music and tell stories. And the person who's working on kind of putting those into our system right now is correlating them with the books that they go along with, so you can check out the book with it, and kids can operate it themselves. Amazing. It's just super cool. So we're really grateful that we're going to be able to offer that as well.
Amazing.
Yeah.
If you are just walking your way into the Berkley Library, you're kind of going into the main area. Berkbuster itself is going to be to your right, but there's no way that the periphery of your gaze doesn't clock, oh, look, there's a YA section. Oh, wait, I see puzzles over there. Oh, wait, I see vinyl over there. What?
Yeah, we're really proud of our vinyl section that also continues to grow.
Right. So if you're going to hopefully hook in someone who is nostalgic for Blockbuster or loves movies and excited that they can get a library card to check out movies, they can walk into the building, and not only are they going to notice, this is the double thing, not only are they going to notice how many other things are there, but they also might take a book home.
Right.
You might hit readership too.
Right. And I mean,
you can take books home too, guys.
You can take books home. And for anyone who's interested, but there's no pressure, I have been going through our video collection, and for every video that is based on a book,
yes,
I'm indicating that with a based on a book sticker.
Excellent.
So if maybe you have a favorite movie and you had no idea that there was some actual print source material and you want to check it out, we can also get that for you.
That's amazing. Yeah, I just found myself thinking, libraries, we're more than just books, but also we got a lot of books.
Yeah, we do have books.
I wondered if you had any nostalgic memories too around this, and I think this is what could be great about Berkbuster as far as the dream, as far as like the potential, is really bringing back that monoculture experience, hopefully, but also for, the nostalgic millennials who have started families, and even the eldest of Gen Z is now getting into family territory. Mm-hmm. There is an element, there was and can still be and is, I keep saying like the dream is alive. The dream is alive in Berkeley, where the parent does the whole like rite of passage thing. And it's like, mm-hmm. Here's a movie I loved as a child. Let's all sit around and let's experience it together. And the cliche is usually Star Wars, but I have this vivid memory to this day. I cannot get it out of my brain of going to the library, in this case, getting a VHS, because my parents really loved the Blues Brothers. I was too young for it. We go home, get around the couch. We're in a semicircle around the TV, and we just do the thing.
Right.
You must have had experiences like that, I bet, too.
I did. And for me, it was more, I know my mom was really, when she was young, she really loved the Andy Griffith Show.
Oh, great. And they had the episodes.
And the episodes, I mean, it was constantly playing on cable when I was growing up. And so, you know, I do have memories of watching that show with her. But I should mention, I did a survey when I was collecting data for what I wanted to do for this project. And I wanted to know from our community, like, what are some shows like that you would want to show a younger generation that you grew up with? And there was an overwhelming response of a show called Mr. Dress Up.
Oh, okay. I remember Mr. Dress Up.
Okay. All right. Now, I have already mentioned that I did not grow up here.
Sure.
And so I kind of brought this home to my husband, and I was like, so what's this Mr. Dress Up? And 20 minutes later, I had been fully educated because he was so excited about Mr. Dress Up. God. So I'm like, okay, this is obviously a really centerpiece for a lot of people who grew up in this area of Metro Detroit. So I'm like, okay, so I looked in the TLN directory and could not find that anyone had physical media of Mr. Dress Up. And so I was like, well, maybe it doesn't exist. But after some searching, I found that it does exist. It was just very pricey.
Okay, sure.
So that became my new white whale. I always have a white whale of media that I'm trying to integrate into our collection, but I also really love a deal. And I am going to relentlessly hunt something down until I get the best price.
Any library would be lucky to have you. The characteristics you just listed.
Well, I am happy to report that I found a full collection of the physical media that exists for Mr. Dress Up for a steal.
Amazing.
And that will be part of the Saturday morning collection that is unveiled at the launch party.
Marvelous. And this is just me reminding you that wherever you are, whatever library you belong to, two things are true at the same time. The library that's in your community, likely, whatever their budget, they probably already have a very impressive collection of physical media that you can browse right now with your library card and get it for free. We certainly have a lot here. And we love being that destination where you can still find the Mr. Dress Ups of the world.
Right.
So shout out to all libraries everywhere. Shout out to friends of libraries who make interesting things. Like, this is indicative of it. This whole podcast that's happening right now started from a one sentence email saying, what if? And a director saying, and then friends saying, we'll help. And then, the rest is history. So that's how we get to Berkbuster video. Right. Oh, there's a catchphrase I wanted to get in here. Correct me. It's like, your favorite neighborhood videos store. What was, you had signage. It was so cute.
Your neighborhood video store is back.
Your neighborhood video store is back.
Yeah.
That's what I'm calling this episode. So cool. So remind us again of the details, the time, the location, the party.
Sure. So November 14th starts at 6 p.m. with a ribbon cutting.
Yes.
We'll be open till 8. There will be, tons of videos for rent. There'll be snacks. There'll be photo ops. There will be popcorn.
Photo ops.
Yeah. I've been building them. Also very excited about this. I'm going to keep quiet though about the details,
okay,
but
sure.
Just seriously bring your camera and endless photo ops here.
But also and go if you're just next to Berkley. Hey,
right.
Madison Heights, Oak Park, Huntington Woods, we see you. Just hop over to, 12 and Coolidge. They're just south of it. It's great.
For sure. All are welcome to this.
Yeah.
We really want people to come see this space.
I can't wait to see it. I imagine you're going to be, that's the brilliance of kind of also doing it essentially after hours, is you can kind of turn the whole library into a party space.
Right. We will not be just.
It's not like you're all going to be in the.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're not going to be annexed just to the media room. We're going to have the full space.
I also just love, because I've I've caught you doing this. I caught you doing this when you were on this podcast about a year ago, and you did it again today. You said, yes, I am Lisabeth from the Berkley Library, comma, M dash, my favorite place.
Yeah. I mean, I love it. I love my job.
It's my favorite place.
Libraries are the best.
Yes. Berkbuster video. I'm sure there's going to be details out there. You guys are on the socials. You guys have your website. We'll link to that soon, and also go to the show notes. You can see photos of I took some photos of Lisabeth in her wonderful getup. We're gonna have more photos of me. I'm decked out. You'll have to go see what shirt and who's on my shirt. Anyway, Lisabeth, a pleasure. Thanks for hanging out.
Always nice to see you.
Berkbuster video, November 14th, parties at 6, and just go to your library because we love physical media. That's it for now. Another episode of A Little Too Quiet. It's the Ferndale Library Podcast. It's brought to you by the Friends of the Ferndale Library, and shout out to the Friends of the Berkley Library too. All right. Okay. Thanks for listening to this fun little podcast made in a library. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe and tell your friends about it. We'll be back next week with more. Thanks for listening.